Hey guys, welcome to today's 1/6 Galaxies video. Straight off the heels of the Attack of the Clones Padme Amidala figure, we have another figure from the Arena Battle on Geonosis, and that is the Super Battle Droid MMS 683. So like all of the other figures in the anniversary lines, it's a slipcover. We see an awesome image of the figure there. Coming down, it says it's Star Wars, tells us it's the Battle Droid and its MMS number, and then we have the logos. The back of the box has your warnings and things. The other sides of the box are completely blank because what you want is the anniversary showcase box. So it tells us that it's Star Wars Episode 2, 20 years, that it's a Super Battle Droid, and we see an awesome image of the figure once again, with the Hot Toys and MMS logos there. So there's the Battle Droid there getting ready to deploy his wrist cannon. And then scrolling up, we of course have the anniversary logo and the window where all the accessories would be seen. This side of the box simply says Star Wars in blue, and we have the logos there as well. This side of the box does give you a blurb about the Battle Droids, so I will zoom in on that if you want to pause and have a read. And then of course we have the image of the figure, and then on the back we should have another image of the figure, this time showcasing the battle damaged look that you have for him, and it tells us that it's Attack of the Clones, and then we have more warnings and things like that. Yes, now trooper videos or army builder figures are always quick, but I don't think any figure will be as quick as this. Again, it's not really an issue. Well, it sort of is, but it isn't. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Mace Windu, most of the figures have a nod to the Clone Wars. This guy, this is the apart from the display stand, which we'll get to in a moment, the battle damaged arm, or the severed arm, is the only accessory you get. It is, as you can see, is very, very nicely detailed and very, very nicely damaged. Like, don't get me wrong, this thing, painting this thing is amazing, and I'm sure it's, and it does look great, and it looks like that he's taken a blaster hit or a lightsaber hit or something. It looks fantastic. Issue is, why didn't they give us the rocket firing arm? Even if there was no rocket to fire, which, I mean, Hot Toys has never done a firing gimmick, but just give us the rocket launcher, or something. Or they could have done a 2-pack. They could have given us a 2-pack with the movie version and the Clone Wars version, because the Clone Wars versions are a bit bulkier and they're a much darker blue, and again they have the rocket arm, but again that's fine, because this guy isn't really all that expensive. I got him for $342, which isn't bad. I've seen him a little bit dearer. Star Wars Super Battle Droid on the stand, and then you can see it's that stupid sand base with the feet, which we'll get to in a moment as well. So of course, getting the figure himself out here. You are going to really need to adjust the height on the crotch grabber for this one, and I do apologize for that. Yeah, the stand is practically useless with this guy, and that was one of my things. He does stand. In fact, we're just going to stand him completely fine on his own. Yeah. So he does look fantastic. Again, he's really well painted. He's really well weathered. It looks like that he's been in a dust storm or whatever in the arena, with explosions happening and him getting dirty and whatever else. So he looks completely fine. Articulation wise, he does have feet pivots, so if you play around with him, you can probably put him on that stand and get his feet to sit in there. They are on a board joint, so you can rotate it. It's probably just going to look a little weird with his feet sticking out like that. And the arms do rotate really, really well. We can see the wrist cannon there. So the wrist cannon does fully rotate, and this arm piece here does fully flex. So he is a nice droid. I just wish it was either a 2-pack or they gave us an accessory from the Clone Wars. Like Padme has the sand protection hat thing from the Clone Wars, or Obi-Wan has the cape or the helmet. Just something that increases the overall I suppose value for money for this guy. But again, you can see that he's quite nice. So side profile. Again, you can see that he is really, really nicely weathered. You can see a bit of a seam where the pieces connect, which is a little bit of a shame, but I suppose given the fact that he's a droid, you would expect to see the seam anyway, because he'd be welded together. We saw the factory. We can see the weathering there as well. And then of course, like I said, we have the weathering on this arm. And the hand cannon there is beautifully, beautifully detailed. So yeah, really, really nice figure. It's just would have been interesting to see if we would have gotten a 2-pack or like a version to make him like a Clone Wars variant. But again, you can see he is a nice figure. He is quite light as well, hence the reason for him taking over. But yeah, it takes a real amount of fiddling to get him on the crotch grabber. And then you have to, like I said, you have to kind of flex the ball joint feet out to get them in those groups. But yeah, overall, like I did only get one of these. We'll see if they stick around at retail, because they have jumped up quite a bit. I think they're $4.20 now. So yeah, we'll see how they go. If they do go on sale or whatever, I might pick up a second one just to have one either side of Dooku. But yeah, I am keen for the Destroyer Droids, because I feel we know that the Destroyer Droids aren't meant to have anything besides the shield bubble, and that is perfectly fine, and we can see how much engineering has gone into those figures. As I said, this is your single accessory apart from this display stand, and I just felt like, given the fact that everyone else had a nod to the Clone Wars, this guy could have had that also. Even if, like I said, if it had been a 2-pack with a Clone Wars version of the Battle Droid and a normal version of the Battle Droid, and they charged, I don't know, $6.50 or something at Australian retail, I don't know. Again, I'm just pulling figures out of thin air here, but yeah, he does leave me wanting a little bit more, but again, he looks fine, and he's going to make a fine addition to the army building shelf that is the Trade Federation. And now guys, thank you for watching. This has been a look at MMS 682, the Attack of the Clones Super Battle Droid.